Nurture love. Give joy. Be compassionate. Create peace. Before we can help, we need to understand. Before we can understand, we need to listen. Before we can listen, we need to be quiet. One does not arrive at happiness. One travels its path. World peace will begin when we end the wars within each of us. We can influence others for the good by the good that we are thinking. Compassion ushers sadness out, guides happiness in. Why seek outside? Everything we need is already within us. In developing compassion, we care for those we know, those we love. Eventually, we will even care for those we do not like, those we do not know. Peace within creates beauty without. May all beings become messengers of peace in times of chaos and conflict. May they become the calm voice of reason in times of anguish and anger. Gentleness is the companion of joy, tenderness of compassion, serenity of wisdom. Happiness lies in the smile, not in the object that inspired the smile. To listen and to be listened to is the way to understanding and peace. Understand things as they really are. Do not mistake the reflection of the moon in the water for the moon. The generous person gives not just what they have, but of who they are. When we are kind and generous to others, we will receive thoughtfulness and love. Contentment is not the fulfillment of what we want, rather, the appreciation of what we have. Just as dew refreshes the wilting flower, tenderness restores the grieving heart. Better than trying to control others is trying to control oneself. Yesterday is a memory, tomorrow but a dream. Our reality is the present moment. Transform anger with patience, doubt with understanding, selfishness with generosity. Sincerity in words engenders trust. Sincerity in thought engenders pure living. Sincerity in generosity engenders loving kindness. May ignorance give way to understanding. May hatred yield to compassion. May war surrender to peace. The absence of expectations results in the reduction of disappointments. Contentment is born of the capacity to love impartially, to listen uncritically, to give unconditionally, to forgive unreservedly, to laugh at oneself unaffectedly. Gently and impartially, comfort the uneasy, give selflessly to those who are in need, teach without reserve those who wish to learn. Excessive desires lead us to put our own interests before those of others. They drain our goodness, pollute our hearts, immerse us in animosity. Dreams fade, bubbles pop, dew evaporates, lightning ceases. Nothing is permanent. In the wise and gentle heart lies the strength to change the world. Only when we have compassion for all beings will we have true peace. Smile. Be at peace. Let go of sadness. Forget thoughts of anger. Release all regret. Realize joy. Smile. The cloud transforms into rain. The flower transforms into earth. The earth transforms and becomes a flower watered by the rain that was the cloud. Nothing exists on its own. With greed comes animosity, ignorance, pride, thoughts of self-benefit, and discontent. With generosity comes loving-kindness, wisdom, humility, thoughts of all others, and great joy. Austerity can make us hard and withdrawn. Indulgence can make us soft and indifferent. The middle path is the balanced way of compassion, wisdom, and insight. As we think, so we become. Awakened ones are able to properly help others because their actions are born of wisdom. Do not resent the heavens for one's fate. Do not blame our problems on others. Realize the negative cause lies within us, was created by us, can only be changed by us, resolved by us with understanding, diligence, love. Lying is a hindrance to faith, laziness to progress, animosity to mindfulness, hatred to deep concentration, and resentment to wisdom. If in our anger, we realize the other person is suffering, we can free ourselves from anger and from suffering, which also helps free the other. Desires that are excessive preoccupy and distract us. Needs that are reasonable nurture and sustain us. When others hurt us, we usually react with anger, resentment, and may even wish for retaliation. But these actions will only prolong our pain, for to hold resentment in our hearts only serves to make us feel worse. Those who give in to desire are often intoxicated by sensory indulgence, not yet realizing that what pleases today all too often disappoints tomorrow. To truly help others, do what is beneficial, correct, honest. Reasonable needs are to have enough food to eat, adequate clothes to keep warm, a safe place to live, good companions on the path to awakening. Worry ties us up in knots and binds us to lifetimes of pain. Who told us to worry? Who said we could not stop? Anger, the rise of anger, the initial cause of anger, is selfishness. Peace, the rise of peace, the initial cause of peace, is selflessness. Most of the things we worry about never happen. Listen carefully, study diligently, chant sincerely, think deeply, love wisely. Practicing diligence is like lighting a fire. If we persist, we will succeed. If we give up, we will fail. So often, in a new endeavor, there is an initial burst of enthusiasm, then routine activity, boredom, cessation. With determination, the fire will burn strong. Unkind speech can destroy. That which is kind can bring peace and change the world. Our thoughts are the precursors of everything we do. What we constantly tell ourselves will happen. The victor becomes arrogant, while the defeated dwells in pain. One who is wise turns away from both winning and losing to live in peace and happiness. When we are forgiving of others, considerate of all beings, contented with what we have, happy in whatever circumstances we find ourselves, sadness and worry will fade. In losing ourselves in thoughts of ourselves, we lose. In losing ourselves in thoughts of others, we truly benefit. our animosity and fury will return to us like fine dust thrown into the wind, like flotsam cast upstream. If we remain open to the experience of meditation, as we let go of preconceived ideas and expectations, we will gradually feel the benefits as we become more calm and relaxed. Peace, the foremost joy. Oneness, the foremost reality. Enlightenment, the foremost freedom. Heal others' unhappiness with loving kindness, their bitterness with compassion. Heal our selfishness with joy at others' success, our frustration with equanimity. In war, both the winners and losers lose. Thoughts give rise to speech. Speech generates deed. Deeds become habit, and habits form character. Realizing this, one will strive to ensure that all thoughts spring from sincerity and love, spring forth with compassion. Without thoughts of this is mine and that is yours, there will be no thoughts of I do not have. Have not remorseful thoughts of yesterday or wishful thoughts of tomorrow. Dwell instead in the present moment. The joy of others does not detract from our own. Rather, it enhances ours, for we are all one. Everything changes from second to second, minute to minute, day to day, lifetime to lifetime. We are not alone, not separate. We are one with all beings, one with all existence, one with all the universe. In true giving, we will know loving kindness when we wish others to be happy. We will know compassion when we wish them to be free from suffering. We will know sympathetic joy when we wish their happiness to increase. We will know equanimity when we let go of what we desire. One who is wise accepts what enters his life and lets go of what leaves. It is right for us to respect and safeguard every living creature, for they are one with us. We are just different aspects of a single being. We may feel we are dissimilar, but in essence we are the same, with universal beliefs and values. May the perfection of our true selves blossom within us as we let go of hypocrisy and jealousy, bring forth equanimity and wisdom to know patience and unity. It is time to heal the wounds born of bitterness and violence, for if left untended, they will only wreak irreparable damage. We reap what we sow. Only sincere thoughts and deeds will create the joyful world we seek. May our hearts and minds bond together to forge the unshakable promise to bring our world everlasting peace. Cherish and protect this world, for it is our home and the home of those not yet born. So immense, yet so fragile. So secure, yet so easily destroyed by selfishness and hatred. It is wise not to judge others, lest we ourselves be judged and found wanting. The mind of compassion knows no bitterness, no judgment, no good, no bad, no right, no wrong, no you, no me, only the wish for all beings to be happy. In meditation, the goal is to strike a balance between not indulging the mind as it wanders and not becoming upset when it does. Gently but firmly bring it back to the subject when it wanders. When we learn that we cannot truly control others, circumstances, or things, we will begin to let go. We will begin to find freedom. When in pain and fear, remember that all others suffer as well. It is our duty in everything we do to do our best with what we have. No excuses, no complaints. No inferno burns like hatred. No sea engulfs like desire. No snare entraps like delusion. No seizure imprisons like anger. With goodness, concentration, and wisdom, one will understand, craving will cease, and the other shore will be closer. So often, we forget to be thankful. But while we all have problems, experience difficult relationships, fail in our undertakings, there are many things in our lives to be thankful for. All we have to do is slow down, take note, value them, and be thankful. A blessing is honest and kind friends, loving and prudent parents, respecting and thoughtful children, wise and compassionate teachers. Just as the tree whose root remains intact will grow again, anger that is not rooted out will re-emerge. Sever delusion. Eliminate hatred. Touch the clear, bright mind of wisdom within. Awaken. Suffering arises from our own untamed minds. To find genuine happiness, discipline the mind and eliminate its negative states. Unangered among those who argue, unattached among those who cling, unarmed among those who fight is one who is wise. Violence only breeds further violence, never peace. Why worry about the problem that cannot be solved? Why worry about that which can be resolved? Why worry at all? As long as a man bears resentment in his heart, peace will never be his. Being benevolent and ethical, creating good fortune, those who are wise find happiness here and beyond. Do not strive to overcome others, but our own shortcomings. Anger, worry, and bitterness are not innate in our true nature. Discard them. Compassion, patience, and joy are the heart of our true nature. Cherish them. Whether good or bad, our actions will bring results, good or bad. Four Noble Truths. Life is suffering. Suffering is caused. Suffering can end. The way to its end is the practice of morality, concentration, and wisdom. The Noble Eightfold Path. The practice of wisdom is accomplished by right view and right thought. The practice of morality by right speech, right action, and right livelihood. The practice of concentration by right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Right view is understanding the Four Noble Truths of the nature of suffering and understanding the law of causality. We reap what we sow. Right thought is the accordance of our thoughts with the right view. It is the letting go of desires and attachments, offering happiness to others, and taking away their bitterness. Right speech is the abstention from words that are false, divisive, abusive, or frivolous. It is using words to benefit, not to harm. Right action is the reverence for all life and the respect for the property of others. It is the practice of love and nonviolence. Right livelihood is reflecting our loving kindness and compassion in the way we earn our living. It is nurturing and caring for others with our work. Right effort is enthusiastically approaching everything we do in our work, at home, and in our practice. It is replacing unwholesome thoughts with those that are wholesome. Right mindfulness is the state in which we are aware of everything that arises in our mind, but we do so non-judgmentally and without interpretation. Right concentration is focusing our attention on what we choose without being distracted. It is the absence of worries, doubts, and drowsiness. It is a state of joy and ease. Do not ask who has caused me to suffer, but who I can help to be free from suffering. Equanimity is viewing those we love and those we hate, and wanting both to be happy. Each of us has the mind of a Buddha within us, the essence of a Buddha in our true nature. Listen to others non-judgmentally and impartially, without thoughts of condemnation, self-interest, evaluation. He is able who thinks he is able. Do not be swayed by external circumstances. Maintain the mind of quiet joy and serenity within. Neither fire nor wind, birth nor death can erase our good deeds. To live a pure, unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. The individual self is not the true self, but a concept that arises from ignorance. Thoughts and feelings, which are regarded as real and thus important, are in reality illusory and inconsequential. There is no fire like passion, no shark like hatred. There is no snare like folly, no torrent like greed. Focus on what we are doing right now. Concentrate. Pay attention. May all beings savor the nectar of loving kindness to overcome thoughts of controlling others. Bring forth serenity and the insight to find happiness and harmony. Peace is not achieved through violence, but through understanding and compassion. With giving, we can let go of greed. With patience, we can dissolve hatred. With wisdom, we can sweep away ignorance. What we find irksome in another is a reflection of what lies within ourselves. Patience conquers opposition, annihilates obstacles, gives confidence. Hatred and prejudice are the enemies of correct understanding. To be happy ourselves, first, we help somebody else to be happy. Anger is like an addiction. Not only did we get upset the first time, but we go over and over it, like watching reruns of a favorite movie. To use speech wisely is to speak truthfully and in a way that the listener can accept. Equanimity is to have impartial affection for all. Whatever suffering there is in this world, it all arises from desiring only myself to be happy. Whatever joy there is in this world, it all arises from desiring to share my happiness with everyone. All compound things are impermanent and subject to birth and death. When birth and death no longer exist, all silence is joy. All is joy. When looking after ourselves, use compassion. When looking after others, use compassion. Neither indulge oneself nor ignore the one in need, for to do so is self-centered and heartless. Seek the middle way to contentment, humanity, peace. When changes occur, we can choose to adapt or cling to our ideas. We can choose to understand or cling to our pain. Cultivation is not simply sitting on a meditation cushion. Cultivation is correcting our faults, acting from wisdom and compassion, having a peaceful and tranquil nature. Do not be angry with yourself because of your failure. Do not be envious of others because of their success. By not losing oneself in frustration over what happens, one will live fully every moment. In everything you do, be fully present in the moment. Even a Buddha cannot change that which we ourselves have destined. A drop of rain falls gently on a leaf and slowly rolls off. It does not have thoughts of like or dislike. It does not attach. Likewise, our minds should see everything clearly, without differentiating, without attaching. The just person is one who does not arbitrarily pass judgment, but thinks deeply and judges impartially. One who is calm in the face of chaos, content among the desirous, peaceful among the violent, is awakening. To be happy, Let go of unhappiness. We do not achieve things by way of proclamations and slogans, but through persistence, effort, and enthusiasm. There are 4 things conducive to the uncovering of wisdom: association with those who are virtuous, hearing wise and true teachings, listening well and deeply, practicing sincerely. One who speaks of the teachings may be knowledgeable, but he who incorporates the teachings into what he does is the true practitioner. Understand the true nature of form. Understand the true nature of formlessness. Attach to neither. Understanding the reality of impermanence does away with desire for material possessions, for sensual pleasure, for existence, and eliminates attachment. It is not the other who is our enemy. It is our own lack of understanding. The end of the path is no birth, no aging, no sickness, no death. It is sublime liberation. Calm the mind. Let go of pain. Let go of sorrow. Let go of bitterness. Heal the heart. Find joy. Find serenity. Find equanimity. The mind swayed by external conditions is swept this way and that by emotions and loses self-control. Even the smallest gift, given from the unselfish and caring heart, is a gift of great love. One who is liberated thinks what he wishes and does not think any thought he does not wish to. The mind of a Buddha is clear and unencumbered and brings perfect joy. That of unawakened beings is clouded and obstructed and immersed in suffering. Moral discipline provides the stability for us to develop meditative concentration, which enables our innate wisdom to arise. The awakened person still showers all with loving kindness and understanding, even when cast out by relatives, scorned by friends, rejected by colleagues, ignored by strangers. Transform anger with patience. Transform evil with good. Transform the miserly with generosity. Transform the liar with truth. Subject to birth, aging, sickness, death, sorrow, and loss, Why seek the same again? As a mother protects her only child with her life, we too can cultivate a boundless love for all beings. Eventually, our love will pervade the whole world. To reach others, use soft but honest words, and have a kind and sincere expression on your face. A line drawn on water vanishes in an instant. Our lives are like that line on the water. Life is short. Do not waste it. Want to change the world? First, change yourself. When there are no thoughts of giving to others, of having offered, of sacrifices made, we are advancing towards awakening. Life is impermanent. When others need help, do not hesitate. Do not waste time. Just help. Ego, self-importance, keep us from forgiving others, from forgiving ourselves. Pride, arrogance, keep us from making peace with others, from making peace with ourselves. Just as a rock remains unmoved by the storm, those who are wise are unmoved by jealousy and pride. Everything that comes into existence, living and non-living, is connected to everything else. Nothing exists solely on its own. All beings fear death. All beings tremble at violence. All beings yearn for safety and comfort. Put yourself in the place of another. Can you then threaten any being or harm any being? Only when we are at peace with ourselves will we be able to live peacefully with others. All is impermanent. Whatever arises will cease. All possessions will be lost. All meetings will end in separation. All life will end in death. Problems do not cause suffering. The cause is how we choose to react to the problems. What matters is that we act with sincerity, respect, honesty. Doing so, others will treat us likewise. In the service of others, one places another's wishes and welfare before one's own comfort and personal preferences. Ideally, there is no thought of like or dislike, no feelings of superiority or pride, no thought of self-benefit, only the wish to help others. Into each life, we bring nothing. From each life, we take nothing. Life after life, we come and go. Letting go will end the bringing and taking. Letting go will end the coming and going. One who is free from desire and sorrow leaves all fetters behind, to pass beyond birth and death. Like a swan rising from a lake, he moves on in peace, never looking back. Four things are constant. No world lasts forever, but will be swept away. It is no shelter and protects not. One will leave everything behind in passing to the next life. Life is incomplete and unsatisfying. Without barriers between people, our hearts can be filled with love. Such love can pervade all of space, all of time. Anger, our own most terrible enemy, our greatest threat to peace. All people wish to end pain and find happiness. The rest is secondary. Counteract greed with contentment. If something new comes our way, be content. If it passes us by, be content. Ideally, we help others. If we cannot help, at least we should not harm. With giving, we eliminate greed. With morality, we let go of afflictions. With patience, we dissolve hatred. With enthusiastic effort, we overcome laziness. With concentration, we calm pointless thoughts. With wisdom, we leave delusion behind. Wishing to hurt another, we experience anger. Wishing to harm another, we experience animosity. When animosity festers, we experience hostility. When hostility is vented, it becomes cruelty. To offer happiness, we need to set aside what we wish for and provide others with what they wish for. With absolute sincerity, a few choice words, a simple act, a gentle smile will ease apprehension, will dissolve sadness, and alleviate suffering. In the midst of pain and sadness, find love for all who suffer, the will to seek the truth, the heart to let go of the pain, the strength to find the way out. The time may be short, but if we care enough, the time is enough. We are not waves crashing onto the shore, we are the ocean. We are not individuals alone and lost, we are the universe. One who is unaffected by things that elicit attachment, unangered by things that produce irritation, unworried by things that cause distress, will leave unhappiness behind and dwell in peace. Loving others is caring as much about their happiness as our own. Once the thought arises, the word is spoken and the deed is done. The thought, the word, the deed will live on and impact others long after we have ceased thinking, speaking, doing. Every thought we conceive, each act we commit in the present, creates the conditions we will encounter in our future. In our last moments, we will ask, "What have I accomplished? Did I make a difference?" Do not wait until then. Ask now. When about to speak of one to another, consider first if you would say it directly to that person. Same intentions, same words, same tone. If not, it is best to remain silent. Sincerity in helping someone is not accompanied by the thought, "I am sincere," nor followed by the thought, "I have done." Why become angry when we fail to control others, when we cannot control ourselves? In the name of honor, men have acted ignobly. In the name of peace, men have declared war. Most of the time, we do not get what we desire. Some of the time, this can be very fortunate. Awakening is the blossoming of the mind and of the spirit. Clinging narrows the heart. Giving broadens it. Clinging paralyzes the heart. Giving liberates it. Clinging darkens the heart. Giving brightens it. It is far wiser to remain honorable in silence than to be dishonorable in speech. Live contentedly with modest means. Be worthy instead of being praised. Think quietly, talk gently, act wisely, understand the past, care about the future. The acorn and oak tree are separate, or are they? The wood and flame are separate, or are they? The act and actor are separate, or are they? We are alone and separate from all else, or are we? Anger is a poison. Patience, its antidote. Be wary of actions, for the occasional reaction can become an addictive habit. The self is not an independent entity with an individual existence, but a convenient point of reference which enables us to relate to the world around us and to circumstances we encounter. Why take pride in this body and in possessions? They do not last. They are like castles in the sand, swept away by the tide, like the scent of a flower carried off by the wind. A deeply rooted tree which is cut down will grow again. Like that tree, intolerance that is not uprooted will rise again. Think first. Once a word is spoken or an act committed, we cannot undo the deed. Apologies, retractions, explanations may lessen but cannot undo the harm done, the pain that will remain. Think first. With hearts pure and clean, like newly fallen snow, with patience, impartial and accepting like the earth, with compassion, broad and all-encompassing like the universe, awakened ones help others. When tempers are rising and we do not know how to speak wisely, it is best to remain silent. Accord friends and family the same courtesy we use for strangers. When our caring for others becomes immeasurable, the mind embraces the complete expanse of space, and its capacity encompasses the vastness of the universe. Both body and mind need to be healthy to seek the way to enlightenment. One's body needs to be strong and healthy. One's mind needs to be peaceful and focused. A lute's strings tightly strung will break. Strings loosely strung will not play. With balance comes a pleasing sound. Just as with a lute, serenity is found when one's life is properly balanced. Greed is wanting things to occur as we wish. Anger arises when we fail to obtain what we want. The love of those who are unawakened arises from emotions. The love of those who are awakened is born of wisdom. This love is impartial, unconditional, all-encompassing. Our actions affect others, just like a single drop of water splashing on the ocean. The resulting ripple sets all the other drops of water in the ocean moving. Rivers join the sea, which rises to merge with the clouds, falls to become one with the stream, and then rushes to return as rivers. The cycle of life continues interconnected timelessly. find some time every day to spend some time alone. Inflamed by greed, incensed by anger, confused by delusion, obsessed by these, overcome by these, man causes his own suffering. Touch everything as if you are touching a Buddha, for you are. The wise have something to say, but those who usually speak are not necessarily wise. There are 3 questions we can ask ourselves every day. Have I been resolute in helping others? Have I been trustworthy when speaking with others? Have I been zealous in practicing what I teach? Before starting a new undertaking, look through the old to see what can be used and what needs to be discarded. Each new encounter is due to a karmic link from a past life, an affinity, or an enmity that can improve or worsen. So, in each new encounter, treat the other with respect and consideration. Let go of expectations. Having done so, whenever something good happens, we will be content. If things do not work out, we will not be disappointed. Either way, we will remain calm and balanced. Learn from the past, but do not attach to it. Do not cling to it. Do not allow thoughts of it to overwhelm, like pains of old and sorrows past. When looking, see clearly. When listening, hear keenly. When doubtful, pose questions. When working, be responsible. When speaking, be truthful. One who is sensitive to the needs of others and who perseveres in meeting those needs will never be alone. Seek to benefit all beings, not just those like ourselves. If we taint pure water with just a drop of poison, all of the water will be tainted. Likewise, if we taint ourselves with thoughts of duality, of you, of me, we will become tainted. We are one, all part of one another. If one part suffers and feels pain, then we also suffer and feel pain. We are one. Kindness without wisdom is folly. Valor without wisdom is chaos. Since refusing to accept things as they are does not make them go away, would it not be wiser to learn how to work with them? When we make a mistake and do not correct it, we have truly made a mistake. Often, we will have an impulse to give, but then we start thinking of all the reasons not to. Do not be deterred. Return to the initial thought and give. Each time, we will return more quickly. One day, there will only be the first thought, give. In gain, be honest. In giving, be thoughtful. In appearance, be warm. In demeanor, be respectful. What I learned yesterday was wonderful, but what I learned today was even more wonderful. I had to release yesterday to learn today. Only question how we treat others, not how others treat us. Most of the time, we cannot control our circumstances, but every moment of time, we can control how we react to those circumstances. Be like a Buddha. Think like a Buddha. Feel like a Buddha. Pay attention, understand, work, walk, sit, smile. Be like a Buddha. In teaching others, personify the teaching. Then others will wish to learn. Look within. Look deeper. Deeper still. Everything we need is already here within us. Existence is like a cloud. From a distance, it appears real, but when we pass through it, it is nothing. If we cannot think solely of others for one day, do it for half a day. If we cannot think solely of others for half a day, do it for 2 hours. If not for 2 hours, then 1 hour. If not for 1 hour, then 1 minute. When there is resentment, anger will fester. When resentment is no longer, anger will likewise disappear. Just as the ice melts under the springtime sun, disagreements and mistrust evaporate amidst the warmth of kindness. Let all those you encounter leave happier and better than they were before. Have gentleness in your eyes, loving kindness in your smile. Even the largest jug will become full drop by drop. Kindness will accomplish that which force never will. To offer happiness to others we need to know what they want, and for this, we need to learn and understand. Pursue wholeheartedly that which is worthy. Put down completely that which is not. Everything changes. Everything disappears. Nothing can be held onto. Nothing is more virtuous than compassion, sweeter than serenity, purer than truth. Giving in to desire, we become prisoners of our own greed. Renouncing desire, we are free. It is not our friends, but our opponents who give us the opportunity to grow. The contented smile at the end of the day is born of helping others. The teachings in the sutras of honesty, tolerance, impartiality are not for others, but us. Although the body is earthbound, perhaps even immovable, the mind and spirit can, through meditation, soar. A momentary flash of anger may seem inconsequential, but it carries with it the potential for a lifetime of suffering. Conflict in the name of religion arises not because of a teacher's words, but due to humankind's misunderstanding of those words. The body in motion, the mind at peace. These are keys to contentment and happiness. To overcome strong negative feelings, strengthen those that are positive. Love often declines into hatred, but very rarely does hatred grow into love. A wise heart judges not, craves not, fears not. It understands and is no longer imprisoned by emotions. Nonviolence is not one option, it is the only reasonable option. Go through life as if floating on water. Move with it without drowning in it. Caring begins with a simple question. Was my thought unkind? There is really no choice. Exist in harmony or perish in dissension. It takes more courage to create peace than it takes to create war. Generosity morality, patience, diligence, concentration, wisdom are the means and the end. Anger from within, not without, is the real destroyer. If only we can realize that the joy of others is our own, the pain of others is our own, we will then foster only joy and never again cause pain. One does not need to be arrogant to think one can accomplish something positive, just optimistic. Changing the outside will not fix the inside. To truly help another, speak truthfully and honestly and carefully. Disappointment inevitably follows expectation. We are not isolated, never alone. What happens on one side of the world will inevitably affect the other. Anger begets anger, never peace, never love, never joy. Do not emphasize the superficial differences. Instead, celebrate the universal similarities. Our foolish ideas of what happiness is keep us eternally searching for the unfindable. Ensnared by these false thoughts, we do not recognize the joy that lies within us. What matters is that we act with sincerity, respect, and honesty. Doing so, others will treat us likewise. If you wish to see others smile, smile first. We harm others not because we are malicious, but because we are careless. Ideally, we prevent unkind thoughts from arising, but initially, this is difficult to do. Until this can be accomplished, strive to replace unkind thoughts that arise with those that are kind. Settle all disputes before the end of the day, for there is no guarantee that we will have tomorrow to do so. Being close to one's teacher is not living near the teacher. Rather, it is holding the teachings in one's heart and sincerely endeavoring to abide by them. Only speak words that are necessary and helpful. The true friend is one who understands, forgives, forgets, our thoughtless words and acts, offering us the kindness of another chance. Let go of thoughts of I to benefit loved ones. Let go of benefiting loved ones to help those we know. Let go of helping those we know to serve all beings. For good or for bad, everyone is someone we can learn from. Who you are in this lifetime is the result of what you did in past lifetimes. Genuine happiness lies not in getting what we want, but rather in not wanting. Where there is humankind, there is potential for an act of goodness. From craving, from arrogance, come violence. From trust, from honesty, come peace. One who thinks constantly, "He deceived me, he hurt me," will never find peace. One who lets go of resentment, hatred, will know joy. Problems do not come from outside of us, but from within. Where there is no delusion, there is truth. Where there are no impure thoughts, there is sincerity. Focus not on what separates us, but on that which unites us. As good thoughts increase just a bit, bad thoughts decrease just a bit. As I created my future, so I can change it, thought by thought. There is no I. If there is no I, how can there be mine? If today I have not progressed, then today I have already regressed. The smallest good deed that arises from a sincere heart will spread throughout the universe. When someone scolds me, I become upset. Why is it that I am not upset when this person scolds another? One who is unselfish can begin to care for one who is selfish, but one who is selfish will care only for himself. A broad mind doing a small deed is considered a great goodness. A narrow mind doing a big deed is considered a small goodness. Always remember others' kindness, while forgetting their weaknesses. If someone hates me, but I still love them, then I have understood and I have achieved true results from my practice. No lasting peace can come from fear. Through giving, we are rich. Through grasping, poor. Until all people know peace, we ourselves will not know true peace. By forgiving others for having hurt us, we can let go of the painful past and create a happier future. Powerful people are concerned with winning, while those with little hope for kindness. In separateness lies the world's great suffering. In unity lies the world's true strength. At times, a person's actions irritate us, but not his words. At times, a person's words irritate us, but not his actions. At times, both words and actions are irritating. See the suffering behind these, ignore the irritation, and practice kindness. Ignorance leads to egoism, egoism to selfishness, selfishness to resentment, resentment to anger, anger to hatred, hatred to annihilation. To find happiness, focus not on what we want, rather on what we have. If we could only see the suffering of others as our own, mutual happiness would be possible. We created our lives. We are responsible for them. Since we are the ones who created our lives, we alone can change them. If we can put aside our personal differences and understand that by nature we are all the same, we will be better able to treat all with respect. In doing so, we will receive the respect of others. Everyone has a combination of good and bad qualities. The ones we dwell on all too often tell us more about us than about others. We are the only ones who can bring ourselves peace. An unkind thought, a careless word, can cause so much pain. Catch the thought, hold the word. Even the smallest act of kindness is worthwhile. The attainment of contentment, simplicity, peace far exceeds the attainment of a vast fortune. A gentle smile costs nothing, but accomplishes much. Be patient. Be at peace. Thoughtfulness is to care for others, even when we think they may not deserve it, for in reality, we know very little. Pride is a dangerous trap. If we think we understand everything, we understand nothing. Persevere in determination, in gentleness, in humility. Let go of shortcomings, of violence, of pride. Imagine the pain of one who feels that no one cares, no one understands, no one will come to help. When there is compassion, giving is not a burden, but a joy. Just as water can erode the hardest stone, sincerity can melt the coldest heart. What is the price of patience compared to the cost of impatience? When the mind is quiet, with chattering thoughts at rest, when the heart is gentle, with selfish thoughts given up, the spirit will rise and soar. There is a universal oneness that pervades all existence. Just as one cell in our body does not belong to another, one does not belong to another. Every day, make a fresh beginning. The largest building begins with one brick. So too, we can begin to improve with one small act. Have hope for the future, but do not forget about today. To be at peace is to create peace. Do not be concerned if the next person is not doing his or her best. Instead, focus on how you yourself are doing. The young have ambition and energy, born of dreams. The elderly, wisdom and patience, born of experience. Tragically, those who are young forget that the elderly also dream of happy children and caring families, also work hard to improve their lives. Foolish youth will dismiss their efforts as outdated. Those more intelligent will listen, learn, and grow wise. Believing in one religion, we should respect all religions. Being of one culture, we should respect all cultures. Living in one country, we should respect all countries. Buddhas view all beings as Buddhas, bodhisattvas as bodhisattvas, good people as good, bad people as bad. What am I, bad or good, deluded or enlightened? There is so much suffering already. Unfulfilled expectations, personal confrontations, sickness, aging, and death. Why allow another's skin color or spiritual beliefs to be the cause of additional suffering? Viewing all equally, enlightened beings regard all beings with impartial respect. Patience enables us to counter anger, to interact harmoniously, to recognize and overcome our shortcomings, to react wisely in the face of adversity, to stop blaming others for our problems, to stay with a difficult undertaking without complaint, disappointment, resentment, to find success and contentment. When anger arises too quickly to stop it, try not to react rashly. Calm down, find a way to diffuse it. If we view others as strange or a stranger, we will lose the opportunity to discover all that we hold in common. Just as earthquakes bury, floods sweep away, and winds demolish all of our physical accomplishments, the fierce fire of anger consumes all of our goodness and serenity. Nothing remains with us forever. Possessions are lost or become unimportant. People leave us or we leave them. Places are left behind. Ideas change. We move on. Why do we so easily become angry? We do so because we are attached to our view of who we are, to self-importance, to the concept of I. When the concept of I is threatened, I very often strikes out in fear, in anger. None of us are untouched by ignorance. None of us are free from pain and grief. None of us are safe from blind hatred. None of us. Loyalty is not to be applied blindly, but judiciously, as it is given to those who are honest, ethical, and sincere. Wisely applied, Loyalty ennobles both the giver and the receiver. If we can rise above our suspicions and defensiveness, we will be able to share the similarities and celebrate our diversity. In this way, all of us will benefit. Until young children are taught to do so, they will not think of disliking another child because his or her skin is another color. It takes those who are older to teach discrimination and hatred to a child. It takes an impure mind to sully an innocent one. Do not wait till you find the perfect place to be calm and content. Where you are is already perfect. In genuine giving, the magnitude of the act does not matter. The gratitude from the receiver is inconsequential. The sincere act of caring is what matters. Love, which comes from wisdom, is unconditional and non-judgmental. Such love accepts another as he or she is, and only wishes for that person's happiness. Such love brings happiness to the one who loves as well. By working together, we come to realize that no barriers to religion, race, and gender exist. Seeing the pain in someone's eyes, or hearing the sadness or worry in his or her voice, how can we not care? How can we not be kind? Each of us can do our best to be as kind as our heart allows. In a task, we can control the effort, but not the outcome. Focusing on the effort will leave us contented. Focusing on the outcome will leave us frustrated. Joyfulness is freeing others from unhappiness and being sincerely happy for them when they accomplish it. It is a mental state of great contentment and ease, not to be misunderstood with happiness, which is just a physical state of feeling good. We can choose to lose ourselves in anger and jealousy, or to find ourselves in patience and gratitude. Peace is more than the mere absence of war. It is the proactive care for the rights of others. The serene and stable mind has no thoughts of preference, no thoughts of reputation, no thoughts of pride. It no longer moves erratically between feelings of great happiness and those of discomfort or sadness. It is contented and at ease with everything it encounters. touch the beauty and truth within to reveal and liberate our natural joy. An excellent way to counter selfishness is through the practice of giving, which invariably puts the needs and wishes of others before our own. Initially, we may feel that we are making a sacrifice, but gradually, as we let go of our selfishness, our giving will become spontaneous and joyful. Time has no beginning. It has no end. Throughout immeasurable eons, violence and conflict have abounded, and body and spirit have been deeply wounded. May the time for healing begin now. Immersed in anger, polluted by selfishness, as though ensnared, humanity has been beset by ignorance. But wisdom and compassion lie buried within. May serenity and insight arise now. We are not separate. We are one. Seeming differences are inconsequential, for our hearts are the same. Respect and harmony are waiting to awaken. May universal peace begin now.